Sequences. Collections process all elements at each step, filter the entire list, then map the entire result. This can be wasteful for large data or when you only need some elements. Sequences offer a different approach, lazy evaluation. Today we learn when and how to use sequences. Collection operations are eager. They process everything immediately. List.filter.map.first. Filter processes all elements. Map processes all results. Then you take the first. For small collections, this is fine. For large collections, this is fine. For large collections, this creates waste. Imagine 1,000,000 elements. Filter creates a list of 500,000. Map creates another list of 500,000. You take one element, two intermediate lists for one result. The waste is memory. Creating large intermediate collections costs. The waste is time. Processing elements you never use. Sequences are lazy collections. They do not process elements until needed. They do not create intermediate collections. Sequence.filter.map.first, no intermediate lists. Each element flows through the chain until a result is produced. With sequences, elements are processed one at a time. Take an element from the source. Apply filter. If it passes, apply map. If you need more, take the next element. This is lazy evaluation. Defer work until results are required. From an existing collection, list.asequence. From elements, sequence of 1, 2, 3. From a generator, generate sequence 1, open brace it plus 1 close brace, creates 1, 2, 3 forever. Using sequence builder, sequence open brace yield 1 semicolon, yield 2 semicolon, yield 3 close brace. Sequence of is like list of but lazy. Generate sequences, creates potentially infinite sequences. Be careful, you must eventually stop consuming. The sequence builder gives fine control. You yield elements one at a time. Sequence operations are either intermediate or terminal. Intermediate operations return another sequence. They are lazy. Nothing happens yet. Filter, map, take, drop are intermediate. Terminal operations produce a result. They trigger processing. ToList, first, sum, count are terminal. Sequence.filter.map does nothing. It defines a pipeline. Sequence.filter map that does nothing. It defines a pipeline. Sequence.filtered map that elements flow through. Think of intermediate operations as building a plan. Terminal operations execute the plan. Collections process horizontally, all elements through filter, then all through map. Sequences process vertically, one element through the entire pipeline, then the next. Consider list.filter.map.take2. With the collection, filter all elements, then map all passing elements, then take 2. With a sequence, process first element. If it passes filter and map emitted, process next element. Once take 2 has 2 results, processing stops. Sequences stop early. Once take 2 has 2 results, processing stops. Use sequences for large collections. The lazy processing avoids intermediate lists. Use sequences when you need only some elements. First take n, find benefit from early termination. Use sequences for chained operations. Multiple filter and map steps multiply intermediate collections in eager mode. Do not use sequences for small collections. The overhead of lazy evaluation can exceed the savings. Do not use sequences when you need indexed access. Sequences do not support random access. The rule of thumb, if you have thousands of elements or more, and you chain multiple operations, consider sequences. Sequences are not always faster. For simple operations on small data, collections are faster. The overhead of lazy evaluation hurts. For complex chains on large data, sequences win. No intermediate collections. Early termination. Benchmarks vary. The crossover point depends on data size, operation complexity, and how many elements you ultimately consume. Profile before optimizing. Do not assume sequences are better. Measure. Sequences shine when the savings from laziness exceed the overhead of laziness. Sequences can be infinite. generate sequence 0 open brace, it plus 1 close brace, generate 0, 1, 2, 3 forever. You cannot call toList on an infinite sequence. It will never finish. Use terminal operations that limit consumption. Take 10.toList first with condition, any with condition. Infinite sequences model unbounded streams, numbers without end, random values, input lines from a file, bold and. The laziness is essential. Without it, infinite is impossible. Let us summarize. Collections are eager. They process all elements immediately. Sequences are lazy. They process elements on demand. Create with a sequence. Sequence off. Generate sequence. Intermediate operations build a pipeline. Terminal operations execute it. Sequences process vertically, enabling early termination. Use sequences for large data, chained operations, and partial consumption. Avoid sequences for small data where overhead exceeds benefit. Sequences enable efficient processing without intermediate collections.